Alright, so underhooking. I have a whole attack series from the underhook. Alright, so by underhook I mean underhooking from the outside and having wrist control. Maybe you have tricep control. Maybe sometimes you're just from here. But we're going to go through this from the underhook and wrist control position. Okay, so you guys know that I love working for dirty Uchi. Okay, so the way I'm going to do that is, if I have him here and his leg is forward, which it really shouldn't be, especially like if we're starting off close, right? His his leg on his underhook side is forward. His leg on his overhook side over here is back. Okay, so I can't turn. So keep that leg back. I'm really not going to be able to do my dirty Uchi from there. Presumably, he's going to circle with me as I'm going for that. So what I need to do is I need to start walking around with him, moving him here as I turn. So as I do it again, I'm pivoting behind him to get that throw. Right? If I can't get that, I'm going to go for the Guruma. So now I'm going to walk, but he's not going to pivot at all. I'm just going to be here, and he's still going to be with this leg forward. I'm still going to pivot myself this time. I'm going to throw out that leg, throw him over it like a turnstile, okay? It's not the same thing as Harai Goshi. If I go for that, and I don't have it, I can drop down, sacrifice myself for a Kani Basami, aka leg scissors, and I can take him down this way. If I go for it, and I don't have it, so now, alright, so that would be like if I had it, and I don't have it, I have in Jiu-Jitsu, it's called De La Riva, where I can be over here, and I can bring him down anyway, start to play around for his legs. That was kind of like a different version of De La Riva. Like this would be a proper De La Riva, but either way, I can go for De La Riva. I can go for X guard possibly from there. There's different options in terms of like BJJ open guard styles of play, what have you. That I would transition to from there. So I'm going to show you the whole attack series one by one. So first off, and this is primarily what we're going to be drilling today, the first two. First off, I want that dirty Uchimata, right? Once again, it requires that his leg here be forward, and I'm going to step in with one leg, rotate as far behind him as possible. Usually it winds up around the heel, and I'm going to throw that leg up. So instead of just having a planted foot and an attacking foot, both my feet are attacking feet, essentially because my planted foot winds up being my attacking foot. And my other foot is attacking in the sense that it's creating momentum with that pivot to cause him to spin around as I control the shoulder line and turn him. Okay? So it's much different in subtle ways from a classic Uchimata, where you have a planted foot that really doesn't do much besides plant. Okay? So from there, I'm gonna start my over/under. I'm gonna push down to here. I'm gonna move him. I'm gonna pivot around and throw him with a dirty Uchimata. Now we're gonna play around, and I don't get it. All right, so I'm here, push down. All right, I'm trying to walk and get him here, but he is leaned forward towards that leg. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pivot, not step on his foot. So I'm going to pivot, throw that leg, the Guruma. Okay? That's the second thing I go for. Now, let's say I throw that leg up and he's just 30 and I don't get the Guruma. So now I throw that leg up. Now I'm going to post my hand and I'm going to bend this knee that comes behind him. Not straight, I'm going to bend it through, just like an arrow. Boom. And I'm going to get this. I'm going to probably look for an inside heel hook. Because I'm going to turn my body this way in my head, bring him here, and get that. If now, let's start from the failed Guruma. So he's going to keep himself up. If I don't get this, so if I'm here and I don't get it, I can still try to sweep him from here. Otherwise, I can push off and try to get De La Riva here. Bring it back and still work the legs. Alright, so you do have a couple of options from there. That will be my attack series from that position. And even if that fails, I can always try to, if I'm here looking for a sweep and I'm getting nothing, or maybe I'm looking for trying to get my X guard going and I don't have anything, at the very least, I can kick them away, hand up, and I'm right back to neutral, hopefully. So that's my attack series from here. But all I want you guys today to drill are the first two. Why did I show you everything? I believe it's important, as I discussed before, to have an idea of where your attacks are going, what the end game is, to flesh out what you're going to be doing at a more advanced level. So you're going to be practicing the first two. Maybe next week we'll practice the rest. Probably going to get the Taitoshi though, and the way I work that into the system. But I think it's important as you drill the first two to kind of have a sense of, okay, if the second option being the Guruma fails, then there are options after that. I do have the leg scissors. I do have a sweep from there. We're going to get into those topics at a later date. Okay. The other thing I'll remind you is with the Guruma, you also have an option if you really feel like, all right, this leg is back, and you really feel like this might be a stretch, and you might wind up having to go for a leg scissor that you're not comfortable with yet. You can also attack that leg, throw it up, and come over. I'm going to save Kenny the fall, but he always likes when I save him a fall. Lifting up that leg and still attacking with the Guruma. Okay. So again, there's a lot of attack options from the underhook. The key is just getting to that underhook. One way we were just drilling that. So here, and we're playing from hands. I like to, when you can't work your way, swim your way into an over-under, or somehow go for that underhook. If he's not going for a single leg, where you can kind of like defend that and then dig up that underhook and bring it back up. You also have options. I like to play with the neck to open everything up. So we're here, I'm getting on the neck, throw him this way. Get to the underhook and wrestling, go straight up, throw you that way, maybe getting you down. But I like to be here and we're playing and playing hands can be really defensive here, and then throw them this way, get to the underhook. You can be on the neck here, you can go for the other arm. I mean, it's going to be a fight. It's always going to be tough to get in these positions, but the key is working your way to that underhook. It's not an easy position to. Some guys will give it to you, particularly in like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Judo's a little different with the grips, but submission grappling in general, submission grappling tournaments, some guys will just give you that over-under right away and will play with you from there. But some guys are going to be really tough. A lot of people complain that they can't, I can't get past the hand fighting stage. How do you establish any grip without just diving in for a double leg or a single leg? And I say that's not your only option. You have to find ways to open him up. If we're here fighting with the hands, I like to go right onto the wrist and start to play and climb up him, or be here for an arm drag. There's all different ways that you can do it, but you have to make things work. Make every grip count. And if we're here, maybe under here, pulling him this way for the arm drag, or pulling him and getting back to the arm a little more deeply, getting to a Seanagi. All right, you have to start thinking. You have to start playing and opening him up. And I think the neck is one way to open that up. You start pulling on the neck. His field of vision is dropping. There's, it's a good tactic to start to open up those shoulders. And I love playing from this outside, this underhook position, because there's so much you can do from it. And people, when they get there, are only ever thinking about, I'm going to drop to the single leg, or I'm going to maybe arm drag to the back. There's way more possibilities from that position than you're led to believe by watching, many matches. I think if you watch like a lot of European wrestlers, guys from Eurasia, Eurasian wrestlers, guys from Kazakhstan, guys from Russia who train Sambo, who train Judo and wrestling, you'll see a wider array of attacks like that. You're gonna see, guys going for that underhook and getting throws from the underhook. And we've seen them, like we mentioned last week in the UFC, Tim Bosch, that big old Guruma from the underhook. Actually, I'm sorry, he did it from an overhook, but same position, basically from here, from the side to the outside. So there's so much you can do there if you start to use the legs and the hips and not just always thinking about the single leg, the single leg, the single leg. All right, don't be predictable. There's a lot of possibilities from here. Okay? All right, let's drill, guys.